It's a chill ass life coach.
Hi guys, it's Stephanie. I'm your chill ass life coach. What does that mean? I don't know. I wear a sweatshirt. I'm not a paid professional. I don't have any patience. I have patience. I don't have. Anyways, I'm not a healthcare professional. I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a chocolate milk just to prove to you that I'm chill and that my agenda is really to do nothing but give you a reason to hope. So cheers. Now, what is our topic today? This is the first episode. I was convinced to do it by a couple friends and they said they'd really like to see it. So I said, why not? So the first episode is self-love and shit. What does that mean? It means that, yeah, self-love is probably the most important thing that you can work on in your life. It doesn't mean that you let yourself off the hook, or that it means that like you're conceited or whatever. It means that you feel comfortable with yourself and you can kind of stand up for yourself regardless of the circumstances. Now, that's not always easy. And it takes a lifetime sometimes. Sometimes people never get there. But it takes a lifetime of learning how to know yourself to be able to love yourself regardless. And why am I speaking about this? Because I have a ton of hope. A little bit about me. I had a pretty big mental breakdown. It was all over Facebook. I went to the hospital 3 times. Every time I came out, I had more hope and more hope and more hope, because I knew that on the other side of fear, that's all there was. And I felt like I was being tested consistently to have hope over fear. And guess what? The intensity at which I did that caused a bit of a mental breakdown, as well as chemicals in my brain, which I later found out is a fact. I mean, I have bipolar, but does that mean that I don't have hope? No. Does that mean that I can't give you good life advice? I mean, if you want to judge, you can judge. But guess what? I don't think that's really smart, because then maybe you're just judging that part of yourself. Because obviously, I'm still out here doing my thing. So it's not like I was that adversely affected. I mean, it sucked. Like, let's be real. It sucked. But I have hope. So, the topic today is self-love. And I think it was RuPaul who said, if you can't love yourself, how the hell you think you can love somebody else? Which I know that there's like, so the thing is you can love and you can be loved if you don't love yourself. Like, you can do those things. It's like no one's saying that you can't. But that real goodness, like that real good love is not going to come on accident if you are self-hating, because you are going to draw in people that will end up hating you, or you will hate yourself for being with them. It will be a reflection of you. Everything is kind of a mirror. I mean, if you watch, I could talk about this for days. A lot of stories are heroes' journeys. And if you're looking very carefully in Harry Potter, there's well-timed mirrors in front of where Voldemort is, because facing your biggest fear is looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I like who I see, regardless of the circumstances. There's a couple things I've learned that help, that kind of come naturally. They kind of go hand in hand. The more you love yourself, or that you respect yourself, the more these things are easier. Boundaries is one. Dude, boundaries are legit the best thing that can ever happen to you. I still don't know how to use them very well. I mean, I'm not saying I have my life together at all. What I'm saying is that I care enough about myself and enough about other people. At least I think I care. I hate when people, I think I care about other people. But boundaries are so, so, so important, because they lay the groundwork, the foundation for how people treat you. And I think that that's one of the hardest things we face, is like what to do when people mistreat us. How do we react? And I think boundaries come naturally when you love yourself. I think also respect is kind of a similar thing. And also understanding. They're all kind of the same. There's like three sides of the same coin. And I'm chill, so we can have three sides to a coin today. But I think those are the three things. And here's the thing. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, really. All I know is that I have hope, right? And I had a mental breakdown, and that I love myself. And if that's all that I know, then I'm able to do this. And that's exciting to me because I want to be able to help and I don't know how. So I'm trying this. I think this is the thing that for me, like when someone says life is a journey, it's not a 22-year-old girl who like has a tattoo on and thinks it's a journey. It's like a 45-year-old woman whose tire just busted on the side of the road and it's fucking raining and everything sucks and your kids are late for practice and you're gonna miss your fucking meeting, and then that is a lot of life. And guess what? You don't get to get out of it alive. There's no one that's special and get to just skip that whole stuff. I think that's the thing, is we were all told we were special, which is true. You're so special. You really are. You're the most special person in your life, but you're not as special to me. And that's okay, because the more special you are to yourself, the more you can be to other people. But if you consistently are trying to prove yourself and and say, I'm different and I'm unique and I'm whatever, like, you're missing the point, which is that we're all human and that no one gets out of it alive. Like, no one gets a special fucking grave. Everyone's gonna die one day. And even, the greatest writers at some point can be forgotten. The best presidents at some point can be forgotten. You might be a name in a history book 500 years from now, and that's it. And then congratulations. But what really matters is how you affect change and how you affect love and kindness with the people that you interact with on a daily basis. And I'm saying this knowing that I know that it's true, but it's hard because I really thought that I could skip all of that. But you can't. So now, lessons from my mental breakdown. Yeah, I had a big one, guys. It was so huge that you would be amazed that I have enough self-love to continue on. But it was the amount of work, the amount of hard work that I did prior to the mental breakdown that made this possible. And plus I had a couple friends that said you should do it. And I said, okay. And I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm going to have that's rude. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm going to do a little show. Why not? Lessons from the mental breakdown. So, the one thing that self-love translates to is an understanding of your shame. Ooh, I know no one wants to talk about shame, but we all have it. Brene Brown. If you don't know who she is, get on it. Get on that train. Choo choo. The main difference between guilt and shame is the fact that guilt is I did something wrong, and shame is I am wrong. And the reason that self-love is so important is because I had a mental breakdown where everything I did was irrational and stupid and selfish in a weird way. And I didn't intentionally hurt anybody, but I definitely did some things I completely regret, but I was not in my right state of mind. I really had either some sort of a dissociative fugue, a hypomanic episode, a manic episode. I'm not really sure. I'm still gonna go to therapy and try to figure it out. But what I know is that I lost touch with reality for a long time. And what I recognized is once all the dust was settled and my dad, who had come up 3 different times to try to help me and ultimately was the one who put me in the hospital, I forgive him for that, because the same way he forgives me for my brain chemicals being all out of whack. And that's real. Like, that's real love. Like, parent love, that's real love. Love yourself like be your own mother, be your own father, I think maybe that's a better way to look at it. But guilt and shame are so important because when you have a lot of self-hatred, everything translates to shame, or most things translate to shame. And the most rewarding thing for me from going through like years and years of therapy, was being able to go through that entire thing, get on the other side, feel a shit ton of guilt, like all of the guilt, like disgusting amounts of guilt and yes, shame, but mostly guilt, because I recognized I did something wrong, but there was nothing wrong with me. And guess what? There was something wrong with me, with my brain, but there's nothing wrong with my heart. My heart is where I exist. And my heart, I tried to be good the entire time. I tried to be kind the entire time. I never once was angry. Oh, that's a lie. But it's right here. I call this Dumbledore because that's what it is. Like self-love is like loving yourself, like Dumbledore's there with you until he dies. Anyways, but yeah, so this has been my first episode. I did it, guys. I hope you liked it. What I'd like to do is, if you'd like to reach out and ask any questions, or if you have any topics you'd like to have covered, you can find me on Facebook at Stephanie Renee Kaufman, or you can email me at Stephanie, the letter R, Kaufman, Kauffman, @gmail, and I will answer your questions. I know it's kind of weird, right? I'm doing it. I don't care.